So guys, welcome back to All Rounders. So guys, in this video, we'll be telling you all about the implementation of the previous part. So guys, I'll begin with the while loop. So in this program, I've taken a variable count and I've initialized it with the value 1. That's so simple. Then after that, I'm using while loop to iterate it. I'm writing while and then the expression inside the while loop that we had already discussed that for while loop we need to specify certain condition, and till that condition is true, the statements inside while loop will continue to execute. So let's see what the condition is. So over here the condition is count less than equal to 10. So basically this while loop will continue to iterate till the value of count becomes 10. So inside the while loop I'm writing print statement print count. So basically it will print the value of variable each time the loop iterates, and inside the loop only I am incrementing the value of count variable by 1. So basically if you check the logical reasoning behind this while loop, the program in this program it's basically printing numbers from 1 to 10. So let's run it. See, first in the first iteration it's printing 1 as the value for count is 1, and it's also checking that if it is less than 10 or not. Then in the second iteration it's printing 2, then 3, then 4, and in every iteration it is incrementing the value of count by 1. And if I had if I remove this statement count is equal to count plus 1, then this while loop will continue to iterate infinitely as I am not incrementing the value, and count's value will remain 1 only, and each time when it checks the condition it will come out to be true only, and it won't come out of the loop ever. like like when the loop stops, an implicit break statement is being provided by the interpreter, but in this case that break statement is missing, and this loop will continue for infinite time. Let's check it. I have removed that statement. Let's run the program, and counts and the variable counts value is 1 for all the iterations. Let's see what happens. See, this loop is running infinitely, and now I have to terminate this loop by clicking on the close button. Well, yes. So that was all about the while loop. Let's move on. So guys, in this program, I'll be using conditional statements along with iterative statements. So in this program, inside the for loop, I'm using the if else block. So over here, I am writing the for loop statement for I is the very iterable, then the in membership, and then the range. So this is the basic syntax for defining a for loop inside in Python, and the range is 1 to 10. So it will continue. It will start from 1 and it will go on till 9. And inside the for loop, I'm giving the if conditions as if I am mod 2 double equals to 0, then I'll be printing even, and inside the else block I'm printing odd. So basically it's checking the numbers from 1 to 9, and if the number is even, it will print. If the number is even, it will print even. If the number is odd, it will print odd. And the condition is so simple: for a number to be even, it should be completely divisible by 2. That's why I'm using the modulo operator. I mod 2 double equals to 0. It's checking whether after dividing it by 0 the remainder is 0. After dividing it by 2 the remainder is 0 or not. So let's check how this program works. It will give you more clarity when it is being run. Let's check. See, it's starting from 1. 1 is odd, then 2 even, then again odd, even, odd, even, odd, and at last the number is 9. That and 9 is also odd, so that's why it is printing odd. That was the basic logical reasoning behind this program, and uh, you can also run this program into your own devices and check by changing the values of the range. And that was all about this topic. Let's move on and over to Bhupen.
So hello guys. So here I will tell you about the break and the continue statements. As I have already told you about what are the break and continue statements in the previous video. You can check out there. So here is the implementation part. First of all, we have the break statement. I have taken the variable fruits and assigning the value apple, banana, and cherry, which is inside a list. Then I'm using a for loop and giving a variable x, and the x variable will iterate in the fruits variable, which is one by one. First of all, it will printing the x, then it will checking the condition that whether the x is equals to banana or not. If it is equals to banana, that will then the break statement works. Otherwise, not. Then in the continue statement, we have again taking the variable fruits and assigning these three values. Then I've taken the for loop and iterating it one by one. Then in the if statement, we have given the condition if the x is equals to banana, then the continue. If it is not, then print x. So now let's run the program and check what these lines are saying. So here you can see that first of all in the break statement, first of all it is printing the apple because the first value is apple. Then it will check whether it is equals to banana or not. It is not equals to banana, then it will iterate the loop again, and then in the second iteration, the value of x is now banana. Then it is printing banana here. So after printing banana, if in the if condition it is equals to the banana, so it will break the loop and comes out of the loop, and it will not iterate that loop again, and it is printing the double slash n. So here you can see these are the double slash n. Then in the continue statement, first of all, uh, it will go inside the loop. The first value is apple, then it will go inside the loop. It will check the condition whether it is equal to banana or not. It is not equals to banana, so the continue statement doesn't work there. And then it is printing that variable. Then it is printing that value of that variable. So the first value is apple. Then it will iterate the loop again, and second value is banana. So in the if condition, the value is equals to the banana. Then here you can see that the continuous statement now will be working. So as the continuous statement work, it does not break the loop. Instead of that, it will just iterate the loop by one and goes again in the for loop, and by iterating the loop, it will just increasing the value by one and comes to the value with cherry. Now we have again checking whether the cherry is equals to banana or not. So it is not equals to banana, then it will printing the cherry. So that's all about for the implementation part of these for loops, guys. So here now we have already told you about what are the for loops and what are the conditional statements, and how can we use the conditional statements in the iterative statements, and what are the loop control statements. So from now in the further videos we will telling you about what are the functions. So stay tuned with us, guys, and thank you.